Welcome back, everybody, to Norco. I am your host, Bare Arms and Fire, and the fact that we're seeing this screen again, the fact that I'm back here doing a voice and in front of the screen means the first recording went okay. It went well enough. I had some trouble syncing my audio with the game play. I hopefully have just fixed that now. I forgot, in a world where you can just play the same game for months at a time, sometimes you have to develop little tips and tricks to synchronize your audio. I also started recording way too soon because I didn't grab a beverage with which to recover my voice, as this series is very reading intensive. But yes, for those of you just joining us on episode 2, go back and watch episode 1 of this series. I explain a whole lot of things up top about what this game is, what it means to me, what it might mean for you. This is Norco, a point-and-click adventure game taking place in South Louisiana, very near my hometown. In the last episode, we tackled all of Act 1. Don't get used to that. We might not be tackling entire acts per episode. Some of these acts get a little bit longer, a little more involved. We're going to play it as it lies. And there might be a little surprise at the end of our playthrough, whereby we go back and try to get all the achievements, almost like in every other gameplay I have done on this channel. Who knows? I don't know the future. I've got a limited amount of time with which to make videos. And I shan't be elaborating about that. But for now, let us continue our playthrough of Norco. Oh! Huh. It's the same time. Let's go from the autosave. Act 2, Refinery Eyes. Erica said Blake went to Floodgate Tavern yesterday evening. Let's pass by on the way home and see what information we can gather. Alright, that's good. This is a bit of text we accidentally skipped at the ending of the last episode. So by starting at the autosave, we were able to catch up on what we had missed. This is Airline Highway. You can see that by the bottom there, but also I just knew that. This is an interesting depiction of Airline Highway because there's no guardrail. I guess there's that guardrail. It's interesting. There's a much higher guardrail along this highway now. But growing up, it was very much like this. Kind of like almost no guardrail. Cars would go into this canal. Don't want to say often, but often enough that eventually the motion was passed, funding was secured to put up a higher guardrail to stop cars from going into that canal. Because it's a lot deeper than you think looking at it. It kind of just looks like a drainage canal. Kind of like a... maybe a wide but not deep ditch, but it is pretty deep. And a really fun thing for me as a kid growing up in this area, driving on Airline Highway, you could spot alligators in this area, in this drainage canal area. There would be alligators there right off the road. And on the left side over here, people would like crawfish. They would fish for crawfish over there. So yeah. Just fun little tidbits about Airline Highway. Probably one of the most driven highways of my childhood. Because it's like the main thoroughfare. Like if you're going to New Orleans, you're gonna get on it. You're gonna get on Airline Highway. I think it's like Highway 63 or something like that. Anyway, this is the little bit of the tidbits that I would love to to bring to this series, and it's why I'm playing this game. But let's continue. So we are supposed to open the map and go to. We can go to. Oh, we can actually go straight to the tavern. That's interesting. All right, so yeah, we'll go straight to the tavern then. This is, of course, the Floodgate Tavern. We can look at it. Many shield workers gather here after their shifts. Let's go see if we can meet any of them. I don't know, I've let all of the text, let me just start reading, sorry. That's Private Detective Brett LeBlanc sitting at the end of the bar. He's an unpredictable character, but we may benefit from speaking to him. Why are you looking at me like that? I still got chili on my face? Oh, so now we can go to our mind map and learn about LeBlanc. Or LeBlanc. Private Investigator Brett LeBlanc. We don't know anything about him, we just know of him. Okay, cool. Let's kind of take in the scene here. We got a wasted guy. This is like a Saints schedule calendar. I saw many of these growing up. My mouse ran away. There's like a duck here. Taps. I've never been in the Spillway Bar. I was never old enough to go in there. And by the time I was old enough, it had closed down. It's now a coffee shop that just recently got their liquor license, and they serve daiquiris now. So that's pretty fun. Let's look at the television. The LCD pulse of the evening news makes pale shadows across the bar. An image of a man with a long gray beard hangs over the news anchor's shoulder. Okay. Another pipeline explosion has left residents of Lower St. Charles Parish shaken. Shield officials have determined that the source of the explosion was due to a botched attempt by oil pirates to divert the flow of oil into a stolen barge. A man familiar to local law enforcement, known only as Lucky, was among the pirates, Shield officials say. He is believed to be hiding in the Batcher Woods along the east bank between Kenner and Laplace. I'm dying. Residents are asked to call Crime Stoppers with any information. So we actually got like a little tip there for Lucky, a fugitive oil pirate hiding in the Mississippi River Batcher Woods. Interesting. We might have actually already talked to him now that I think about it. We must be sure to gather all the information we can from LeBlanc. Well, thank you for telling me that, but I'm taking in the scene here. There's also a man named Keith. What if he's got the answers I hold? Let's look at Wasted Guy. A man lies face down on the bar, surrounded by empty bottles. Can we talk to him? Can we poke him? Why you touching my partner? This where he come to relax. Alright, we'll talk to him then. We can talk to Gus. Evening, folks. Can I get something started? You know Blake Madair? Yeah, I know Blake. He hasn't come around in weeks, not since he ripped me off. Wish I could say it was the first time. Someone said Blake came by here last night. Nah, he'd be a fool to show up here after what he did. So Blake ripped you off? I let him catch some sleep right here behind the bar after last call. Wouldn't you know the boy walked off with the register? I knew he'd be getting himself all messed up on drugs. I was trying to give the kid a chance, gave him some chores around the place. Done with him now. Done with him. Good for now, thanks. So we know he wasn't here. I mean, he wasn't here last night. Never ended up at Floodgate Tavern. Erica said Blake was headed over to Floodgate Tavern last night. Gus, the bartender, said Blake never showed up. Your brother? Okay, so that's just the looping text there. Let's talk to Keith. Don't see how anyone can believe the crap the media has been putting out these days. It's all lies meant to divide working people. See for yourself. He gestures to the TV. That why you making your website, Keith, to set the record straight? You know that's right. Alright. You know that's right. Sit here long enough, you never know who might pass through. Hey Gus, look at this dynamic duo. Not sure I've seen these two around before today. Sure Gus, that filthy one right there, that's Kate Madair's oldest. Other one's her robot. You pulling my leg, that's Kay? Blues baby? Come on now. I worked the turnabouts with Blue. Good man. Great man. Had some stories, him. How come his kids come out like they did? Look how this one's dressed. Looked to me like she headed to the job site. Or the circus. Blue passed before his time is why them kids don't dress right. Blue knew how to dress. You right about that one, Keith. Sad the way the kids turned out, but forget all that. You two are lucky to be stumbling in while I'm sitting here. You are in the company of a top-rated professional sleuth, and I happen to have a bit of information. Spit it out then. Hey, listen, I do things on my own time, you understand? Whining ain't gonna make this go no quicker. What he means to say is he don't do nothing but sit around here and drink. My ass, I'm the hardest working flatfoot you can find, me. LeBlanc, please, time is of the essence. Cool your heels, I'm getting to it. Now I see why Kate kicked you to the curb. That is not correct. Save your battery life, I'm just playing with you. Tell you what, why don't you get me a drink so we can talk? Sorry about the accent, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know, there's something about the way the dialogue is written. It's really, really authentic to me. Anyway, let's get him a drink. What do you need? I need a beer for your boy. Lord help me. Another sat buying that lowlife a drink. So did we do it? I need you to buy me a little snack too, seeing my wallet's all the way out in the car, but this is enough to get us going. It's alright, where do I even start? Your mama ever tell you about me? Nah. Nothing? I mean, shit. She must have said something. A hard-nosed detective? Charming and mysterious? Give it up, Brett. Alright, alright. I'm sure I came up. The problem is you got a piss-poor memory. Us investigators, we gotta keep our memory sharp. So why you don't know me, I know a lot about you. I grew up in this town, you understand. My cousin Susie's ex-husband, knew your daddy when he was still at the plant. And Catherine, she was a few grades above me at Sacred Heart. I knew her since I was a boy. Everybody around here knew Catherine. Everybody knows everybody is the thing. I don't know why we need this clarification. She was always getting herself into trouble, always drawing attention to herself. People say she was kin to Jesus. Old man lived behind the loops would say that. Talk about Papa? Yeah, Papa. Been years since I thought about him. A lot you could say about Papa. He'd whisper some bullshit and get everyone repeating it. Wasn't all bullshit. Saying a coon has like me a child of Christ, you know that's bullshit. We all Christ's children. Not like that, Gus. You know what I mean. Like literally. Wait, what? This was years ago, long before Blue died. Papa told the priest the family of Cajuns came from Jesus. Said Catherine had, how you say it, like Jesus blood. Got it from her daddy's daddy, and so on all the way back to the old world. Like in that movie, one with the volleyball. Well, that would be Castaway. That ain't the right movie, Gus. It's the one with the priests and stuff. Hell, I don't know. I don't watch movies. Figure some of that's likely to be true. You believe any old shit, Keith. No disrespect. Catherine never noticed. She was off on her own planet, wild as she was. Papa never wanted to be seen. He was watching Catherine, but we weren't watching him. Blue wouldn't let no man like that near her anyhow. You got a point there, Keith. You'd be foolish to get in Catherine's way. Where she went, trouble followed. But I admired her, and she admired me. You sure about that? She never said much, but I could tell. She only talked to you when she needed a free hand, Brett. Like hell, she did all she could to get my attention. I just had too much respect for Blue. Couldn't dishonor the man's memory. The bartender shakes his head. Sometimes you make me sad. Don't mind Gus, I always been the handsome one and he gets jealous. Made me forget what I wanted to tell you. Oh, that's right, your house is out near the fence line. Well, that's right behind my place of business. I got a window looks out on the yard, more or less. But this is a pretty long story, and like I was saying, I ain't got my wallet with me. And you want us to buy you another drink? That's a real generous offer, Robot. Thank you for that. Unbelievable. I gotta let my dog in. I'll be right back. Please enjoy these men staring at you. Please enjoy these men staring at you. Well, that's what we got. Oh, she's inside. Deli, why were you knocking if you were already inside the building? I'm gonna close this door now. Alright. I'm already out of breath. This is why I couldn't get into voice acting. I'm an asthmatic. Is the music too loud for you? Alright, before we get back into it, let's check out our mind map. I think we learned something about the bloodline. An old man in Norco named Papa had delusions about your mom. He believed her to be a descendant of Jesus Christ by way of her Cajun ancestry. Alright, well, cool. You know, like the rumors of an old town. So we gotta buy him another drink. What's it gonna be this time, folks? LeBlanc wants another. Word of warning, he'll bleed you dry. So I guess drinks are being put here. I was not paying attention, but I guess they are. This the cheap stuff. I ain't complaining or nothing. Just making an observation. Tastes like dog piss. This real important information I'm trying to share here. Valuable, you might say. And you buy me the cheapest beer in the house? A little rude maybe, but that's okay. That ain't no problem. So listen here. This is what I wanted to tell you. My office window looks out on your mom's yard. I'm always keeping an eye on the street. This was a low ways bag right after Catherine passed. I was looking out there on the streets like I do. I seen these shield security types leaving the house. They was carrying a box. You saw shield security leaving Catherine's house with a box? That's what I'm saying, robot. They was walking out the front door with a box, casual as can be. And where the hell were you? Ain't you some kind of security robot yourself? What would shield be looking for? Why didn't you stop the shield agents? That's enough. What would shield be looking for? Hell if I know. Laura St. Clair, the regional... Claire came out so Georgian. The regional CEO they got over there. She always took a bit of an interest in your mama. I hear she's a loose cannon. Why would she be interested in my mom? What makes her a loose cannon? Why would you be interested? Everybody was. He's right. Everybody wanted what was in her head. What makes her a loose cannon? That's just what they say. You talking about Laura? Piece of work, that woman. Surprised she hasn't run the whole operation into the ground. The only reason the board keeps her on deck is because of her father. A lot of people want her gone. Who's her father? Thomas St. Clair. Founded Clair Bionics. They made robots just like your friends here. Friend. ... Hell, Minion might be a St. Clair unit herself. ... I'm gonna say all these dots because I think it's funny. Anyhow, man's rich as can be. Thomas St. Clair's a servant of the devil. There goes Gus with his bullshit. Not bullshit, it's truth. Alright, Gus. Enough about Laura St. Clair. Why didn't you stop the shield agents? Well, because I was busy. With what? You know, just busy. Who cares with what? When are you ever busy with anything? All the time. I can hardly get a minute to relax. Then what were you doing? I told you I was looking out the window and I saw them shield people. So answer the question, Brett. You see these people breaking into a home? You're always coming around here bragging about stopping the bad guys. If I wasn't so busy, I might have killed me. Dyslexia. Sometimes I wonder if half these stories you tell, ask around town, everybody knows I'm a killer, are just fantasies you make up to convince yourself I was taking a shit. The detective smooths his tie as a moment of silence settles over the room. The window is next to the toilet. I'm always watching the street because I have irritable bowel syndrome. I ain't even started wiping when I see them shield dudes, alright, bruh? Would you run down Apple Street with poo all over your ass? The man closes his eyes and shakes his head slowly. I take that as a no. You wouldn't. Nobody would. You gotta have a clean ass to fight crime. Everybody knows that. Had I been done wiping, I guarantee you they'd be dead right now. I'm serious. That's enough. Before you go, I got one more thing. I'm hungry. Will be a real nice gesture of appreciation if you buy your informant something to eat. Circle back afterwards, I might have a little more information to share. Does this place even have food? Let's check our mind map. We got 2 new things. We got Thomas St. Clair is Lower St. Clair's father and the affluent founder of Claire Bionics, a machine learning startup. And then we've got Laura St. Clair is the regional executive of Shield Oil. Her role is not secure. The board would like to replace her, but they feel the influence of her father. And also is interested in my mom, likely due to some aspect of your mom's research. Finish that thought. Also LeBlanc, or LeBlanc. He saw S.H.I.E.L.D. agents leaving your house with a box following your mom's death. So we have cleared out our mind map once more. There's like a man there. What's he doing there? Alright. We gotta get him food. What now? Old boy got hungry? Yes, actually. Sucker born every day. Good for business, I guess. Okay, so fries did appear. Right there. Should have mentioned I don't care much for the fries here, but that's okay. I ain't complaining. Just would have liked me a sandwich is all, but forget all that. What's important right now is that you understood what I told you. Understand what I told you. I saw S.H.I.E.L.D. thugs leaving your mama's house with a box. What that box contained? No idea. But they was in there looking for something, no telling what. They got them headquarters deep inside the refinery and that old plantation house where the real action happens. If I had to guess where they was heading, that'd be it. Say, Keith, you getting all this? Every word. Keith's making himself a little news website. What's the name gonna be, Keith? I got a few ideas in mind. You just like Duck. He used to be a news junkie too, digging up dirt all over the bigwigs, on all the bigwigs. That was before the cancer knocked him on his ass. Some people just want to know the truth. You been by to see Duck K? The man could use visitors. I'm gonna say who. No wonder you don't remember your mama talking about me. You got pecan for a brain. Pecan. Okay, I find it surprising that you don't remember Duck. Even the damn robot thinks it's sad you got poor Catherine turning in her grave, kid. You better go see him. That old boy knows shit no one else does. Where is he? What do you mean, Kate? Must have took him to see you Duck 1,000 times. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Perhaps LeBlanc is right to suggest that we visit him at some point. Perhaps? Oh yes, Quack. Why you talk like that? ... Only the robot's thoughts are spoken. They make you in England or something? You sound like a... I can't hiccup. Like a queen. Thank you. Weird ass thing. Anyhow, figure I'll be seeing you two again. Good luck. Excuse me. I have more questions. Hurry up then. We're looking for my brother. Why don't you ask us about that? I don't keep up with Blake no more. Too much trouble. We'll need help getting into the refinery. Getting in that refinery ain't easy. I know that much for experience. You should find one of them people like they've been talking about on the news to help you out. Oil pirates, barricading Highway 1, diverting pipeline and all this. Them the only kind I ever see get through security. They were saying on TV one of them pirates been hiding in the Bachelor Woods. It's all over the TV. He points to the television. Oh, no. Oh wait, okay, so we read this earlier. Yeah. So we know about Lucky. I got more questions! Tell me about Papa. What do you want to know? How did he become fixated on my mom? A small town like this, your mom attracted attention. He has watched too many movies, cooked up some strange ideas, and his wires crossed. Got his wires crossed, that's my guess. Sounds about right to me. Where is he now? Living in a ditch somewhere? That ain't nice, Gus. He left here a long time ago. He used to do odd jobs, roofing, fabrication, that kind of thing. No telling where he went, probably looking for work. How well did you know him? I'd see him walking by every now and then. We'd exchange a few words. They say he threw a brick through the church window once upon a time. That had people buzzing. A lot of us knew who he was, but no one knew much about him. One of those kinds of people. That's enough about Papa. Where can I find Doug? Like I told you the first time, just think about it for 2 seconds. I'm sure you've been there 1,000 times. Okay, so that I think that's a clue. Go to the Mind Palace. If we're to attempt getting into the refinery to reclaim your mother's possessions, we'll need help. LeBlanc may know where to find it. It's good advice. Do you recall where Duck lives? Yes, we saw him mentioned on the news, allegedly an oil pirate. What about him? Increasingly so, the pipeline network in this region is largely unmonitored. Clear Bionics, and others are developing new technologies to address this. The Badger Woods are along the Mississippi River near Dime Discount. That's reasonable to assume. Yes, S.H.I.E.L.D. has stolen some of your mother's possessions. We can attempt to infiltrate the refinery ourselves, but I don't think we'd be successful. Let's ask around for help. I misclicked. Alright, so we exhausted that. The bloodline's the only thing that's been updated. He wants to bring to a church. We gotta think about Duck. An old friend of your mom's, your memory of him is scattered and vague. LeBlanc suggested you visit him, but where does he live? You try to recollect his face. Brief, generous smiles, but otherwise placid, expressionless. I think I was afraid of him. You hid behind Catherine when she was around. His health. It took a turn before you left, a bit of lethargy, irregular breathing, sores on his legs. Your mom brought him food on days when he was unable to stand. His son? Dead at 14. An explosion in the yard. Natural gas leaking from a pipe. Something caused a spark. The pipeline. It crossed the property to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s chemical annex. There's only one neighborhood along that fence line. What's left of it, anyhow. Small fragments of his home pass through the black ink of your mind. The perennial accumulation of dust. The damp curtains and pile of cans on the kitchen table and those refinery shadows of the little slab bungalow. Duck lives in Dime. Or Dimes. Dime is the neighborhood along the fence line of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s chemical annex. Duck lives there. Alright, so we remembered where Duck lives. Alright, anything else here? Okay. Okay. So we repeated dialogue twice. I think we're just gonna get out of here then. This has taken another unusual turn. Erica told us that Blake was hiding here yesterday evening, but the bartender says that Blake hasn't come by in weeks. Something may have happened on his way here. LeBlanc says that S.H.I.E.L.D. has stolen a box of your mother's possessions. We have nothing else to go on. We must retrieve the stolen items and hope they point us toward your brother. Accessing S.H.I.E.L.D.'s headquarters. Accessing S.H.I.E.L.D.'s headquarters won't be easy. Without assistance, perhaps impossible. I suggest we recruit help before attempting it ourselves. Cool. So let's go to the map. S.H.I.E.L.D. is there. Home. Floodgate Tavern. So we can now go to Dimes. This is probably Duck's house. Anything we can absorb. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s chemical annex sits a small distance from the house. We'll see if we can talk to him. The house is partially boarded up. You assume it's an artifact of hurricane preparation and has since become a permanent fixture. Did I just walk into a dark house? Not the first ones to come through here toppling all over my shit in the dark. Since the buyout, people think this neighborhood's all the way empty. Come around looking for copper. But you wouldn't do that kind of thing, Kate. Not like your brother. How's it been, Duck? How's it been? About how it looks. I made such a mess of that head drive, trying to keep myself out of trouble till it's my turn to go, so... Head drive? I unleashed it, and the monster, Super Duck, calls itself that just to get to me, just to piss me off. It's my fault. That company that made it for me, I should have known from the get-go. They only do their business at night. Find out later they don't even have a license. Your mother went to the same clinic for hers. I tried to warn her. The junk that was in my brain, he begins to laugh. It's spreading around like a virus. It's even in the trees. I told your mother don't get messed up in any of that. She tells me it's talking to her through the radio. I said turn off the radio. She never listens, stopped responding to me. Figured that monster's got money to burn. Catherine didn't want to leave her debt for you to deal with, so... So you kept up with my mom? Up until right near the end, Kay. She lived like she wasn't sick. She never quit. But I could see it wearing on her. Took a toll on her body. It started in her liver. They burned it out. Thought maybe that was the end of it. Before you know it, they found a little in her lungs. She was still going all over town, walking up and down, hairline like some kind of bag lady. Figured it ought to go away if she ignored it. But that didn't work out for her. Once it came for me, it never did quit. Been getting sores. Cramps every day. Can't take nothing. Can't keep nothing down. Tried to tell her that. Said, Catherine, that's not the kind of thing you can work off. You think she listened? By the time it got to her brain, that was all there was to it. No more working. No more doing nothing. But she'd already gotten fed up with me by that point. Never really made amends before they put her in that mausoleum with your daddy. Hurts my heart thinking about it. But what can you do? No hiding from God's will. So... I have more questions about my mom. This monster. My mom was working for it? Hate even thinking about that thing. It knows I'm here dying while it grows and grows. Big, disgusting, toxic birds sprouting from the ground all over the region with teeth and hands and all kinds of shit. Unbelievable. Turns my stomach. But you know what? I won't be the first to die. Hell no. I roped your mother into some lunacy. She wouldn't tell me the details. I couldn't get a single word out of her after a point. Did you attend her funeral? I planned to. Arranged for my godchild to pick me up and everything. But the day of the service, I couldn't hardly walk. I heard from a couple people it was a beautiful one. For all the bridges she burned, there were plenty of people had nice things to say. Even a few of her colleagues from the university showed up. The ones who got her sacked. I know that of chapter ass. They buried her with that fake little ring she always wore around her neck. She'd say it reminded her who she was. Figured she probably wanted to give it to you, but you were gone. And Blake, well, he'd have pawned it off to anyone fool enough to buy it, so... The ring she wore around her neck was fake? You don't know that story? Kinda funny, if it weren't so sad. Your granddaddy wanted to prove he was from royal stock, so he broke into a pawn shop up there on Airline and stole the biggest ruby he could find. Went around telling everybody it was from the old world, said it traveled from France to Nova Scotia and down the Mississippi River. Well, that was a bunch of bullshit. He ended up in Angola for it, though they never did find the ring. Catherine took it to an appraiser one time. It's cubic zirconia, fake. The man spent months in jail for a fake piece of jewelry. After that, everyone started calling him King Pierre. They laughed him out of crevasse? Crevice? I don't know what that word. My mom was fired from the university? Sure, you were young. Couldn't have been too long after Blue Pass. She lied up and down to get that job. Nothing special, just a community college in the city. But that's Catherine. Never wanted to play it straight. Suppose Blake took after her in that respect. Enough about my mom. You mentioned a buyout? You must have noticed coming in. The houses are all gone. People here have been fighting with S.H.I.E.L.D. all their lives. They got a little momentum on their side after the last explosion. The papers were making S.H.I.E.L.D. look bad. But hell, we were here first. S.H.I.E.L.D. moved in and we suffered. Gas leaks, noise, explosions. Can't grow my vegetables out in the yard. Just won't grow. Never cared to move, but I knocked doors for it anyhow. If S.H.I.E.L.D. had never dropped in on us, my little plot of land would be worth something. Money they were offering to buy us out was alright. Be worth a lot more had they never come. Number they put in front of me, I said piss on it. Could have sued after restart, I just didn't have the energy for it. Now I'm the last one left in D-May, so... I'm sorry about Reese. It's history. Most days I can't remember his face, if I'm honest. When you fill out the survey at the Head Drive Clinic, they ask you to write down memories, control points they call them. I couldn't stand to write out his name. He was too... I couldn't stand to write out his name. It was too painful. I skipped his memory. I regretted it at first, but I'm thankful for it now. Be a lot worse if that monster carried a piece of my boy inside it. Alright, we're trying to get into the refinery. Not a good idea, Kay. What for? They stole my mom's stuff. Well, that's interesting. Regional executive, she took a particular interest in your mother. Why? She wanted to know the things Catherine knew, I suppose. Your mother was out on the lake. She heard Shield or somebody was building some kind of rig out there. She wanted to find out for herself. She didn't find what she was looking for, but she found something. ... It sounded to me like her medication was messing up her head, but she insisted it was real, some kind of UFO. Said it followed her for nearly a mile. But anyhow, that CEO they got at Shield, she's about as far out of her mind as your mother was. She must have caught wind of all this. Catherine got to be careful in her old age, paranoid even. The important thing she kept hidden. Whatever Shield stole, it wasn't nothing important. But you want to get it back. Can you help us get in? I'm gonna regret telling you this, but I've been sitting on it so long, been trying to tell somebody. I don't know how Shield managed to do it, but they fucked up. They bought out this neighborhood, and ever since they did, they put me behind the firewall. Got a computer terminal back there. Every time I boot it up, I get a view of the inside. Not like I know what the hell to do with it. Clicked around a bit, but just got myself lost. Can't hardly read the screen. Computer's back there in my little library. Have a look. And whatever you do, Kay, I'm asking you to be careful. I'm gonna be right back. Let's bring up the mine map for y'all, and I'll be right back. So we got multiple nodes in the mine map now with updates and also new nodes. So let's look at the fake ring first. Your grandpa broke into a pawn shop and stole a jeweled ring to hold the lie that he was descended from French royalty. Your mom later discovered that the ruby was made from synthetic material. She still wore the ring around her neck until she died. She was buried with it. Your mom versioned her consciousness at the same disreputable neurovisioning clinic as Duck. The device that holds her consciousness is called a head drive. Laura St. Clair is interested in your mom. Duck speculates that it's because of the object your mom observed in the lake. Duck is an old friend of your mom's who lost his son when a shield pipeline cutting through their yard exploded. He versioned his consciousness at the same clinic as her. They fell out of touch before she died. He lives in Dime and is in poor health. Blue is in a mausoleum. Blue wasn't buried, he was interned in a mausoleum. He visited a few times as a kid. Catherine brought flowers and prayed there. He sat relentlessly waiting for her to finish. Afterward, she dragged you into the church that faced River Road to make you touch the holy water. She watched you motion the sign of the cross before fixing your shirt. She held your shoulder as the two of you left. And we got a new map place, the mausoleum. Let's go into the library. We got numerous things to look at. A trophy sitting atop the bookshelf reads Junior Champion Reese Richards, St. Charles Parish, YX2B. There's a box here. A strange ornamental box. What's in it? You attempt to open the box. It's locked. Okay, good to know. Storage containers filled with paperwork and newspaper clippings. You sift through some of the clippings that fill the containers. Most relate to the catalytic cracking unit explosion of YX-10. Descriptions of the aftermath, the destruction, the displacement, the workers who died. Your father is listed among the names. A collection of bills, letters, and photographs are pinned to the board. The photographs are of various industrial and infrastructural landscapes that you recognize from around the region. The Gismar aluminum refinery, the grain elevators downriver, the airport control tower. A printout containing the letterhead of a law office in Metairie sits in the tray of the printer. Mr. Richard, after carefully studying the circumstances of the buyout, we recommend that you proceed with relocation. Shield is not legally obligated to provide you with an easement. You may find yourself trespassing on private property when leaving and returning to your home. That sucks. The head of a buck is mounted to the wall. Alright. I guess the only other thing is this console. A computer console with a large trackpad and magnified display. You pass your finger over the trackpad, waking the machine. Shield's security terminal is displayed on the console. Let's use it. You sit before the Shield terminal display. Oh. This is a map of Shield's Sentinel drone security fleet. The entrance to the refinery is in Zone A. If we want to gain access to the refinery, then it may be necessary to clear the Sentinels from this zone. There are currently 3 drones patrolling Zone A. Perhaps there is a way of relocating them to other zones. Oh my gosh. Sequence allotment is 10, so I guess I have 10 tries to try something. Choose a destination from the neighboring boundaries of the selected zone. So now this is at max capacity. We simply move on to F. Origin zone is unsecured, allocating drone from a maximum capacity neighbor. Alright. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so now, when we move something from A into B, there will be no max capacity neighbors, and Zone A will be unsecured. The drones have been cleared from the entrance area of the refinery. I expect this will be helpful. Well, it's better than nothing. Anything to talk to you about? How you doing, Kay? Okay, so we're done here. Can't even thank him for his help. Nothing else to do here, it doesn't look like. But we did get a new... We got a new destination over here at the mausoleum. We might as well go check that out. There's a church. It's a mausoleum. Nothing else to do here, huh? You approach the church and try the door, but it's locked. That's fine. Just looking for anything we can do here. There's Madair, that's us, or our parents. The face of your mom's crypt is damaged with cracks running along the edge. It appears as if someone has tampered with the crypt. With a pry bar, we could open it ourselves. I know where to get a pry bar. I mean, unless it's gone. There was one in the backyard. You grab the pry bar lying on the ground. See? I know how to play video games. Grave robbing time. Let's go break into my parents' crypt, yo. Alright, so we need the backpack, pry bar, whoop boop. You pry at the cracked marble face of the crypt. It peels away from the thin caulk bed. Bead effortlessly. Someone has removed Catherine's casket. This was your mother's ring. She wore it on a chain around her neck. Let's take it. Oh, cool. Got an achievement. A letter, the penmanship delicate. It reads, Beloved Kay, her remains are safe. You will be reunited with your family soon. Creepy as fuck. Alright, let's visit the old mine map. Your mom was conducting research. No, okay. Your mom was exhumed. Her body was stolen from the Red Church mausoleum. Your mom. Interesting. They didn't want to name the church, but if it's the Red Church mausoleum, I can only assume. I don't want to say it. If they didn't feel like saying it. I'm not gonna say it either, you know. Alright. Alright, so there's only other one place really to go. If we want help, we gotta go to the Batcher. This is definitely Lucky. The guy from the news. Either of you see a dog, little black pit, green eyes? You seen her, you send her this way. She answers Potts. You're the one they're looking for? Well, so what? Lucky make the news? They want trouble? Here I am. You see that dog, you send her this way. Absolutely. This man was mentioned on the news. An oil pirate. Lucky's dog is missing. When we were visiting Erica, I noticed that... Yeah, okay. I remember that too, Million. I remember that too. You didn't have to tell me the answer. Fugitive oil pirate hiding in the Mississippi River, Batcher Woods. His dog has gone missing. Then let's go back to Sarpy. Do a dog. Oh wait. I mean, while we're here. Okay, I love you. I know you're going through a hard time, but I'm a little pissed you launched the cat through the ceiling. Just give me some space, okay? I wanted to ask you. It's too bad. If you wanted to help, you should have listened to me when I told you to stop petting the cat. No! I wanted to ask her about Blake. Alright, Potts. Wait, this is Potts. This dog looks kind of hungry. What do dogs eat? Dog food, bruh. Dogs eat dog food. I know where to get dog food! And it's not there. Deemies discount. Oh, can we get there? Oh, notice the film crew's gone. Alright, he's no longer, knocked out. But we need dog food. You scanned the dog food. Thank you for your purchase. You got anything else to say? Nope. Alright, so we got dog food. Now, we go back to Serpy. With the dog. Feed dog. You pour a heap of food onto the ground before the dog. She laps up the kibble and falls behind you as you step away. We now have a dog! It's the dog! Love that dog, bruh. This is becoming more and more like Earthbound. Get a dog, get a full party, part of the part. What? Where am I? I keep clicking things, locations that I don't need to be in. Alright. Let's go back to Batcher Woods. Pots! You brought back my pot liquor. She was having me worry. Pots now, she tough as they come, but Lucky thought they had her. He reaches down and pets the dog behind her ears as she pants eagerly. He regards Million. Say, robot, you look familiar. You a Claire Bionics unit? No. Alright then, just thought you might fill Lucky in on a little gossip. What gossip? Laura St. Clair. She one unusual character, turning that refinery inside out on some wild goose chase. For what? What I was hoping the robot might tell me. But anyhow, they call me Lucky. I stuck around here. You need my help, you find me. Help is just what we need, that right? We must infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. to retrieve some stolen property. We could use a hand. I done got past them fences more than I can count. That's a good time. Even got me a couple grenades in my bag. Lucky'll come. You can count on Lucky. Now that there are so many of us, we'll need the truck to get around. Let's return to the house. I hope to finish repairs quickly. What you got, Kay? What do you know about S.H.I.E.L.D.? Lucky know all about there is to know. What about it? How long has the facility been in Norco? S.H.I.E.L.D. came here early. All this area was plantations. Weren't no money in that after slavery. Got all that oil right there in the Gulf. Oil companies come in, get the land cheap, river connects straight to it. Whole operation down here used to be run from their central headquarters. Then they split it up to get some around some laws. Now you got this regional corporation with Laura St. Clair at the top. The man laughs. Bet they regret that idea. Tell me about Laura St. Clair. Laura St. Clair is the regional executive of S.H.I.E.L.D. Norco. Board of directors appointed her because of Thomas, her daddy. They was thinking, they get her daddy. Look how that worked out. She done lost her mind, and Thomas, he don't want nothing to do with her. What do you mean? Well, hell, it's in all the newspapers. She's been sending survey teams out into the lake. Why is she sending them out there? Don't make no sense. That area of the lake, they ain't got no oil, no salt domes, whatever she looking for. It ain't much to do with oil. Tell me about Thomas St. Clair. Thomas started the company that gets all the security contracts around here. Got his degree from LSU. Moved out to California to make robots. Man's a billionaire. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s board of directors appointed his daughter thinking they could get some of his expertise at a discount. They ain't known the drama back then, but they sure know it now. Thomas legally disowned his daughter. She tried stealing Claire Bionics from out under him. Some people say she even tried to kill him. Enough about S.H.I.E.L.D. You from around here? Lucky come from Vacherie, right up the river. But he done traveled the land. Walked to Knoxville, sailed to Mexico. Lucky done seen a good piece of this world. How long have you had Potts? Potts been by Lucky's side 2 years. Found her pregnant beneath a car one day. Couldn't stand to see her like she was. Met a man with some land, wanted the babies. Thought we'd part ways eventually, but shoot. Guess I got used to her being around. She returned all I did. for her many times. Well, we learned a lot about Lucky and about the Claires. My overworld is blocked. Oh, because we have to walk home. This is where LeBlanc works, by the way. We gotta go home. Lucky waits beside the truck. So this Miss Mada's house then? Lucky knew your mama a bit. How? She was around, seen her a time or two. She weren't no friend to the companies neither. They'd have liked to have her dead. They got their wish. The old man nods. They did. These companies want to get off the oil. Too much trouble. What do you mean? They put them wind turbines out in the Gulf. Now they're building a brain. I'm sorry, what? Well, everybody knows they in there building a brain. All the refineries is doing that. Gonna hook them up, make a bigger brain. But they ain't enough to outsmart Lucky. Lucky's smarter than any big brain you can dream of. They're gonna use it to find fuel out in space. Best of luck to them. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to make a buck. Then why get in their way? Lucky ain't in nobody's way. Everybody Lucky just fine. Didn't you blow up an oil pipeline? He maintains a neutral expression as he watches the tree line. Lucky done blow up all kind of shit. People think Lucky hates S.H.I.E.L.D. Lucky don't hate S.H.I.E.L.D. He just like causing trouble. Without S.H.I.E.L.D., ain't nobody have a job in this place. But here come that robot. We best get moving. You wanna talk more? Just tap me on the shoulder. Something was updated. S.H.I.E.L.D. is building their brain. Lucky says S.H.I.E.L.D. is developing artificial intelligence in order to conduct exploratory missions for off-world mineral reserves. Not a bad idea, but not a good idea either. My dog is crying at me, so we're going to take a short break, enjoy a man, a dog, and a robot. Okay, dog is sated for now. We'll see how long that lasts. Let's talk to us to a robot. I finished repairing the truck. Shall we attempt to access S.H.I.E.L.D.? Let's go. No, monkey! Monkey flies from the bed of the truck, has million speeds down the highway? No! What happened to Monkey? We got some guards. No sentinel drones around. Once we clear these two, we're in. Ready? Let's do it. The man nods. Alright, so I know how to fight as K, but these guys might be better at fighting. We'll find out. Let's fight as K first. Shit. Alright, let's try Lucky. Million, what do you do? Alright, Lucky? I'm almost dead. Nothing much to him. When them sentinels not around, they let you more or less walk into the place. Won't you take a look at that big fella? The freight mover? Hell of a machine could really put on a show of one of them. ... Lucky just thinking out loud. Let's get to it, huh? Refinery's ours. And now we've moved on to Catherine. Alright, so before we get into this, each act is broken up into two halves. The first half of an act is you play as Kay. You're trying to figure out where your brother is, maybe what happened in the last couple of weeks before your mom's death. As Catherine, you walk around. Not walk around. As Catherine, you experience the last few months before her death. Working for Superduck, who is this monstrosity of machine, bird, and flesh you see before you, that we learned from the K section is Duck's versioned consciousness released out into the world, somehow mutated and weird and growing stronger like a virus would. Unshackled, as it were. So let's dive in to this Catherine section. I am going to check. We've been recording. So after we do this Catherine section, we'll probably call it an episode. So let's see the next part of Part 2 of Act 2. Alright, what's Superduck gonna sound like? I'm gonna go like Catherine. Nah. Catherine, you made it to this warehouse with Big Bird. I sure did. We have a job for you. It will pay. It will solve some problems before you die. Dallas. Yeah? No stranger to the network. You will assist Catherine. Yes. Catherine, in the lake, you saw the stone. We saw you see the stone. We want the stone, but it has evaded us. Superduck is what else? A network, a system of signals, wireless communication of locust and frogs, cypress roots, disease vectors, internet of flesh, biomimicry, internet of internet, radio towers, distributed AI, distributed birds in flight. Superduck saw you see the stone because Superduck was an eagle in the sky. The stone is a sky thing that many want, but it reveals itself to no one. No one except for you, Catherine. It followed you through the lake. It loves you. It seeks you. It will submit to you. But we must act fast. Shield wants the stone. Claire Bionics wants the stone. Superduck wants the stone. And John has the stone. John. Everyone hates John. Everyone follows John. Influencer. Dopamine fiend. Convinced himself he has faith in God. Convinced others even. Some young and idealistic. Some old and bitter. These are the garrets of John. You will find them gathered in the bowels of the Promenade Mall in Kenner. John has hidden the stone in this forgotten place. He will use the stone in an attempt to fulfill his prophecies, but his are the prophecies of a fool. Got it? Got it? Go get me my shiny stone. Hurry, before you die. I want to eat it. Have a good evening, you two. Go on. Get me my shiny stone. What are you waiting for? I guess we have our orders. Retrieve stone from mall, and we get 82 quack. That's a lot of quack, I suppose. Can I talk to my partner? Can you please explain to me what? So wait. Sorry, go. You go. What was that? What was what? There's a bird with teeth the size of my head living inside that warehouse. Yeah. That's normal to you? No, but I mean, I've seen some stuff in my life. Me too, but what's this stone? You said it loves you. What was that all about? I don't know. I saw a drone or something in the lake. Why does he keep calling it a stone? Stone? Drone? I have no idea. I was a little distracted. Well, I need you to start paying attention, or neither one of us is getting paid tonight. I got the gist. Some internet weirdos are living in the mall, and they've got the, quote, stone. That's right, Kenner John and his gang. They're keeping the stone at the old Promenade Mall in Kenner. We need to find a way inside. Get the stone. Bring it back here. You got that? Go to the abandoned mall, steal the magical stone, bring it to the giant warehouse bird. Couldn't be more clear. He's got more to say. Biggest node in the network is inside this building. What's up? I don't know what the hell's going on. Superduck is what? Yeah? What is it? Something like a virus. It infects things. Animals, trees, phones, whatever else. So what was the thing in the warehouse? A node in the network. There's a handful around the region. You use the app long enough, you get to know them. And the app is for doing whatever this virus wants you to do? I don't know. Just how I keep the lights on. The thing in the warehouse mentioned a John? Kenner John. You don't know Kenner John? Never heard of him. Happy for you. He makes videos that get shared all over the internet. I watched a couple. Religious stuff. You religious? I turned away for a while, but the cancer brought me back. No doubt. John's a divisive figure among the faithful. Not the most orthodox preacher. The thing Super's looking for? Promenade Mall in Kenner. That's what Super said anyhow. Thanks. That's it. Promenade Mall, by the way, probably, my guess is it's the Esplanade Mall. So, just a guess. I guess we have to ride share there. Yeah, wall balance is interesting. How if we go back downtown? There's no reason to. Let's go to the Promenade Mall. Let's just do the mission as asked. Yeah. So, we got a side lot. A single car sits in the parking lot. A subdivision with the mall's rear is behind the lot. I don't know what this Ferris wheel is about. I've never seen a Ferris wheel there. A drainage canal forms a moat around the parking lot, dividing it from its commercial neighbors. I used to come here all the time as a kid. Same. I knew it fell on hard times, didn't know just how hard. I guess we'd try to go in. Some kind of recruitment video plays on the monitor above the entrance. Imagery flashes across the screen, punctuated by text. 3 geometric shapes. Find all 3. A name tag that reads Garrett, pinned to a crayon blue shirt. Earn the badge. A tower circled by scaffolding. Find salvation in the stars. No ditch man, no scum. Interesting. 2 teens speak in whispers behind the gate. Each has a similar bowl cut, lacks shoes, and wears a blue-collared shirt with a name tag that reads Garrett. The older of the 2 eyes Catherine indifferently. Yeah. Is the mall open? Been a long time since I've come by this mall. Is it still open? The 2 boys snicker. Not for you. Either of you gentlemen care to help us into this place? No one's gonna help you. You have to help yourself. Is this how you live your life? Walking around parking lots in the rain, asking for help? More or less. It's time you take responsibility for yourself. Lift. Become strong. Get a new fit. You look like you're wearing a bag. No more soft drinks. I hate soft drinks. Then don't drink them. You need to be initiated before you can even consider letting you in. Initiated how? Humorous. How many readings have you collected? What? How many what? So you have no idea what's going on around here. Guilty. You need to pull yourself together. I can help you, but first, you need to help yourself. How? Sad. Sad. Really sad. So listen, Jean's got an app, okay? You need to install it if you have any hope of making your way in here. Even once you're inside, you'll need the readings to visit the cathedral. Cathedral? The place where the divine object resides. Don't talk about it with the sieves, moron. What's the app called? What app? The one you just mentioned 2 seconds ago, to get into the mall. Jean's Kenner book? Or no, it's Kenner Jean's Apocryphon. That's it, Kenner Jean's Apocryphon. Install that shit. Catherine pulls out her phone. Done. Congrats, you're on your way to being less of a fuck up. How do I use the app? So what do I do with this app? It's an augmented reality viewer. You gotta find John's sculptures around now. Sculptures? Virtual sculptures. You can only see them on your phone. There's 3. Find the sculpture, scan it with your phone, learn some shit. The first is in Bruce's yard. Don't make it easier for her, and Bruce is a Garrett now. Show some respect. Each one will give you a clue about the next. You're just giving the whole thing away. She will not collect them all, Garrett. No need to worry. Yeah, true. That last one's a nightmare. What's with the name tags? What's with the name tags? You work here, or... no. Both tags say Garrett. Do you both have the same name? No. Yes? Look, this is like some spiritual shit. We can't just let you tell you about it. We did it to taunt Gooch. Dude, come on. She didn't even do the app thing yet. It's some spiritual shit. Just do the app thing, and then you'll know the truth or whatever. Where are your parents? I don't know. Watching Jeopardy or some shit? You got some candy for us or something? Give me a ride to basketball practice. Glad we got this gate to protect us. Alright, so we gotta go use the app to find the sculptures. So now we can, like, use the app to look around, find the sculptures, stuff like that. And we know the first one is in Bruce's yard. So, since this side lot mentioned there's a subdivision nearby. Uh-oh. Oh, what's Dallas gonna say? What's all that shit on that car? How do we get into the mall? Oh, okay. No, I don't need this. I know how to get into the mall. But that's Keith? Who? Keith Broussard. Guy I went to high school with. Broussard? Broussard. Broussard. Keith Broussard. Guy I went to high school with. Where'd you go to high school? Destran. Destran's right down the street. Not so odd that you see him here. In an abandoned parking lot in the rain in the middle of the night? Guess I've been on this app too long. Seems fine to me. Keith? Kate. Alright, sister. Thought that was you. What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm working. Me too. Working a case. Starting a little news website. What's the website? What's this website? Ain't got a name yet. Still trying to come up with something cool. Keith's News Alert or something like that. I'm just trying to report on what's really happening around here. What are you investigating? Tell me about this case you're working, Keith. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's going on in this mall right here. I heard they got small boys coming in and out. Textbook adrenochrome harvesting facility. The guy who runs the operation looks about as much like a pervert as you can picture. Kenner John? You got it. Man looks like a slug. What do you know about Kenner John? I know he got his start posted in the comment section on New Orleans News and Views. He'd go in there saying he learned how to speak to God. Got himself some attention that way. Before you know it, this gaggle of boys started following him around. Sick stuff. Guy's a sicko. That's enough. I should keep moving, but maybe I'll come back later to see how this case is going. I'd like that, sister. Come pass by. Why I don't see you around so often these days? Staying busy. You mind me asking you something? Just a thing I find myself wondering about? Sure? Don't mean for this to be rude, but how come you treated Blue the way you did? One of the best men I ever knew. Why would you ask that? You kept his name. Figure it couldn't have been all bad. Just something I wondered. Well, wonder about something else. Hey, forget I asked. I'm too busy to be thinking about that right now. Then go be busy, Kate. I didn't mean to rattle you like that. Who's his partner? Alright. So... we got... an electronic device, an SUV... a small plastic case device lies in the grass. What is that thing? I guess I'd say it was a tracker. Don't know what use it is lying in the mud. Oh, I thought I could pick it up. Light pours from the partially open garage door. 4-door, mid-sized SUV, an older model, well maintained. Catherine crouches and peers beneath the garage door. Sports commentary plays from a television in the far corner. You can see it right there. She studies the space beyond the threshold. A compressor, ice chest, tackle boxes, stacks of cardboard, buckets of bolts, and welding scrap. Kitchen supplies, a butane stove, laundry baskets filled with cans of cat food, an old candle burned to its base and tipped onto the floor. Stacks of disintegrating newspaper, a microphone stand, a collection of shadeless lamps lined against the wall as if awaiting a firing squad. Situated amidst the clutter, a man in a red folding chair watches the television, his back turned away. I want to go inside. What are you doing? Catherine steps into the garage. Wait here. Catherine regains her posture beyond the door. The man doesn't notice her. Sports commentators analyze a touchdown. The man watches with rapt attention, his head craned. Commercial break. A helicopter view of the Houston Astrodome. An advertisement for detergent. A silly dog spills the plate of fries and ketchup. Everyone is smiling by the end, petting the dog. The mother is old. She sits in the domestic light of her daughter's home. They hold hands. The guitar plays a hopeful song. The daughter helps the mother with her wardrobe. It cannot stop the progression of the disease. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. The severity of the side effects may increase with dose, weight gain, loss of appetite. Daughter helps her mother with shoes. The daughter looks up into the camera. Thank you, the mother says, her eyes a theater of affection. The daughter smiles, still holding her mother's feet. You're welcome, Mom. The daughter helps the mother from the chair, and out the door, into the golden, brilliant daylight. The branding fades in, and the commercial ends. How long can I remain silent? The man rubs his nose, then picks it, then rolls his head. He turns his head over his shoulder towards the garage door, looks at Catherine, turns back towards the television. He turns again quickly and jumps in his chair. What in the... Catherine lifts both hands, palms out. Sorry to startle you. Hell you in my garage for? This is about Bruce, isn't it? Ooh? Bruce? That's right, Bruce, my son. You must be a journalist or something. A social worker? You probably know him as Garrett. Ever since he got himself mixed up with that internet freak, people like you been coming by asking about him. But I keep saying the same thing. I don't talk to him. Can't even get him on the phone no more. We work together at the plant in Norco, but he goes out of his way to avoid me. Of course he landed a computer job, won't bust my ass with a torch all day. Won't even look his daddy in the eyes. My kid, she left, never came back. It's hard. Hard, alright. Can't focus on nothing around here. Always waiting for him to call. Even started digging through all these boxes looking for the little stuffed monkey he'd carried around as a kid. Sounds just like my daughter. Figured I could give it to him as some kind of peace offering. What would you tell him if he ever came back? Hell, I don't know. Get some sense? Guess I'd say, Bruce, you're my boy, and this here's your home. Wouldn't turn you away for nothing. That Colt shit, that Garrett shit, let it go. Just come back home. That's what I'd say. Now go on, get out of my garage. Okay, well, I fooled around. I found out. Let's find the item, the shape, shall we? Ah! First a reading from the Apocryphon of Kinner John. Early years you spent inside, TV on, Dad blaring the games. Says he keeps Christ in his heart, but it's a lie. Kenner is the only place on earth. Nowhere to go, no one to hang out with. Your flesh is alien. The house is a prison. Only escape is through fiber lines. Someone in the forums posts a flyer for a show. Somewhere to meet people. Something to do. Whatever. You borrow your dad's car and go. Step into St. Somewheres and you immediately know these aren't your people, Garrett. You make a few jokes. Someone calls you a Nazi. You throw the first punch. Things spiral out of control. You're outside bleeding, pushing someone's face onto a trash can full of Go cups and beer bottles. The scum are screaming at you to stop, but you don't. Someone knocks you over the head with a floor jack. You fall to the ground. They think you're dead. You're unconscious for 13 days. You wake up with a slouched mouth on your left side, determined to ruin everyone's life. You watch the forums closer now. You call the cops on the next show, and the next show, and the next show. You get the place shut down for a while. You didn't let up. Good job. Fuck the scum. So we found the first shape, and now we know we need to go to St. Somewheres. I'm ready to retire. I don't need your help. We go to St. Somewheres. I don't know where that is. It's gotta be around here somewhere, right? Unless, let's check. Sorry. Want to check the rideshare? Is St. Somewheres on the map now? Oh, it is. Guess we're spending some money, folks. Dumpy dog customer. My stomach still doesn't feel right. That hot dog finally catch up to you? Oh, it's this guy. This past couple My nose is all messed up. This past couple hours have been the worst experience of my life. Why'd you let me eat that thing? Because I had to. Nothing personal, just something I had to do. You're a bad person. After you left, my stomach started screaming. You know how hard it is to find a bathroom in the French Quarter? But you found one? That's good. No, I didn't find one. What did you do? Then what did you do? You don't want to know. Yes, I do. Oh, but I do. You give me bad vibes, you know that? You want to know how I dealt with the insane explosive diarrhea that I got because of you? Is this some kind of power trip or something? Do you go around coaxing young men into eating old gray meat most nights, or is this a special occasion? Special occasion. And then you follow them around and see where and how they took a shit? This is what you do if you're weeknights? Yes. I'm here, aren't I? Alright, fine, I'll tell you, but just remember that you asked. So after you leave the French Quarter, I'm standing there with flannel ass enjoying my... Oh, that's the guy. Enjoying my second hot dog. I can tell something's wrong in my stomach. I run up the street to use the bathroom at some tourist trap, but the bouncer throws me out right when it's my turn in line. By that point, I'm desperate. I unlock my bike and start riding home as fast as I can. I nearly run over a couple pedestrians. I'm on Elysian Fields in St. Claude, major intersection, tons of traffic's backed up for about a quarter of a mile because there's an accident. I know that I'm going to shit myself. It's coming. I'm in a state of complete panic. If I shit right there, dozens of people will see it. I need privacy fast. There's a stretch limo Hummer pulled on the side of the road with people hanging out on the sidewalk next to it. Looks like high school students. Like maybe they're ready to go to a dance or something. They're all congregated on one side of the limo, like on the sidewalk. I'm in the street, on the opposite side. So I drop my bike right there in the street and sneak into the limo as quietly as I can. No one's in there. They're all outside. I don't think twice. I just pull my pants down and let loose. It's, there's a lot of it. It's taking a while. Should I keep going? You still enjoying yourself here? Yes. Please continue. You're disgusting. So anyway, while I'm in there, the kids shut the door, the driver climbs in, and all the lights at the rear of the limo go out. I guess the driver was just dropping the kids off downtown. I don't know. But at this point, it's just me and him. There's a tinted window that divides the cab from the rear of the limo. It would be pretty hard for the driver to see me with the lights out. He gets on the phone, calls his wife or girlfriend or whatever as he drives away. He thinks the limo is empty. He's got it on speakerphone, and I can hear the whole conversation in the speaker right next to my head. First thing he says is how bad those kids stink. Said he'll never drive young kids like that again. Said they smell like baby diapers. Then he starts having phone sex. I'm not joking. They immediately launch into it, saying what they want to do to each other, all this stuff. Not like that's the biggest deal in the world. But for reasons I won't get into, I just really didn't want to be there anymore. I try to open the door thinking, fuck it, I'll just jump out. But the door is locked. I check the others. They're all locked. I crawl up to the window and start tapping on it. Sir, you forgot me. He hangs with the phone, cracks the little tinted window. Who in the hell are you? He asks. I'm one of the kids. You forgot to drop me off. He starts shouting, what is that smell? What is that smell? My heart is beating out of my throat. I can't breathe. He rolls the window, calls the police. Again, I can hear the entire conversation. Operator asks him what the problem. He says a man broke into his limo and took a shit in it. Just like that. A man broke into the limo and took a shit in it. They ask him his location. He pulls off the side of the road and waits for the cops. I'm begging on the window, begging him to let me out, saying I'll pay for him to get it cleaned up. He pretends I'm not even there. Still care to listen? Yeah. Of course. I just got an achievement. Alright, so here's what gets me. The New Orleans Police Department has never showed up to anything on time. It takes them hours to show up to a murder scene, right? Well, a squad car pulls up behind the limo within 3 minutes. At this point I can't even explain to you. I'm having a heart attack. I'm dying. I crouch down behind the door and wait. There's shit everywhere. It's on my shoes, my hands, my shirt. I have no alibi here. The man gets out, opens the door for the police. I spring out of there and just start running. I don't look back. I can hear the cops shouting. I turn into the neighborhood. There's a construction dumpster about a block away. I run like lightning towards that thing, dive in. There's barbed wire, nails, all kinds of stuff. I'm getting scratched up. I don't care. Adrenaline is coursing through my veins. I burrow into the heap of trash like a mole and hide. I can hear the police sirens. Squad car stops at the dumpster. They get out, look around, they shine the light right on me. I stay perfectly still, holding my breath. They leave. I wait a couple minutes. I climb out. I walk here. I take another shit. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, hot dogs. Um, I just, that was, I love that. And I think, I know I promised that we would wrap up Catherine, but I think after that long, epic saga of a tale, I think this is where we're going to call this episode. So let me go ahead, hit that save button real quick. Save that to slot 1. And we will pick this up next time. The end of part 2, perhaps the beginning of part 3. They're called acts. I don't know why I'm calling them parts. But I hope you're enjoying this read through, if you will, this slow play, this full engagement with Norco. If you are, please leave a comment down below that you're enjoying it. Maybe talk about what your favorite line so far is. That would be fun. Drop that down in the comments below, and I'm going to engage with all of the people who comment. That'd be great. But for now, I have been your host, Bear Arms and Fire. This has been Norco. What an epic tale it's been, and what an epic tale it will continue to be. Will we get into the mall and find the stone that Kenner John is protecting so dearly? You're going to have to tune in to the next one to find out. But for now, goodbye.